Here's how to remove and reinstall the seats in the Porsche Boxster without setting off any airbag lights for detailing, cleaning, and replacement purposes. Disconnect battery. If you don't disconnect the battery, not having the passenger seat in while attempting to start the car will trigger an airbag light warning. I like to put a towel under the latch so the front trunk doesn't close if you accidentally lower it. Remove seat rail plastic trim. At the front of the seat rails there are plastic trim pieces that you'll need to remove. They clip in with a bit of plastic at the top. Pry it out with a flathead screwdriver and the trim pieces pop right off. Do this for both rails, on both sides, which totals 4 pieces to remove. This is the driver's one from on the right side. If it's not coming out because it's blocked by the carpet's black thingy underneath the corner, once you get the screwdriver under this part, just pick it up to maneuver around the black thingies, the black Velcro thingies holding the carpet down. Remove bolts. The bolt order is a bit important because thanks to the order of removal, it will make the electrical connectors easier in the next step, and reinstallation easier later on in the video. Slide the seats forward and remove the eTorx bolts on the backs of the rails. You'll need eTorx sockets to remove those bolts. I don't remember if it's E10, E12, or E14, but it's one of those. I'll link a good set in the description under this chapter. Move the seats all the way back and remove the bolts that the plastic trim pieces exposed at the front. Because we removed the rear bolts first, this will make the next step and reinstallation further on in the video easier. Electrical connectors. On the passenger seat, there are 2 electrical connectors to disconnect. With the seat moved all the way back, tilt the passenger seat up and disconnect its 2 connectors. To release the yellow connection and the heated seats, the airbag pull on this black tab and the connection should pull right out. There's also a second connection, pull on the red tab to remove the gray connector with your fingernail, and then just pull on the little gray connector. There we go. The driver's seat is less involved and only has 1 connector. We lift up the seat a little, move a little, the bottom a little forward. Located on the far side, closer to the center console. And the yellow clip should slide right out. And sliding our hand behind all the way. 5. Remove seats. Given their size, the seats are not complicated to remove. You just have to be careful about the rails not damaging anything. We could probably move the steering wheel out of the way. Just grab the seat and gently take it out. Want to be careful not to damage anything, to hit anything, not to get the seat caught on anything, and so that the black rails don't hit anything. At this point, I re-dyed my seats where they were cracked to hide some of the imperfections from years of use. The only thing you'll want to be careful of at this point is to not move the rails much when they're out. It's not the end of the world, but it is annoying lining the rails up if you move them when the seats are out. I did it by accident and it involved sliding them by hand to get them to reinstall properly. Reinstallation. If you moved your rails, then no biggie. You'll need to align them with the seat holes in the rear. Using the seat handle, you'll want to push against the springs and move the rails so the left and right rails are aligned on the seat. If you didn't move the rails, then all you need to do is to make sure that the seat is still in the rearmost position, insert it at an angle into the car, and align the 2 metal studs in the back with the holes in the floor pan. Once the studs are aligned, tilt the seat back and reconnect the electrical connectors. They're different, so they're impossible to mix. Reinstall the bolts, plastic trim pieces, and you're done. Accidentally started the car. If you accidentally started the car without seats in, then no worries. I have the iCarSoft code reader, and it has Porsche specific settings that you can use to reset any airbag lights you might have set off. Let me know in the comments if you need a step-by-step guide, and I'll make that video.